In this problem, we're asked to solve the equation the square root of 6x minus 11 equals 7. Well, what type of equation do I have here? I have a radical. It's a square root. And how many square roots do I have? Just one. So let's look at the steps for solving a radical equation involving one square root. The first thing we need to do is isolate the square root. Well, looking at my equation here, is this square root isolated? Yes, it's all by itself on the left-hand side. So step 1 is already done for us. Step 2 says to square both sides of the equation in order to remove the radical. So I am going to square the left-hand side and square the right-hand side. Well, on the left-hand side, what do you get when you square a square root? They're going to undo each other. You just get left with the radicand, which is the fancy name for the thing that lives under the square root sign. So on the left-hand side, I'm just going to get 6x minus 11 equals, on the right-hand side, 7 squared. Well, 7 times 7 is 49. So that is step 2 done. Now moving on to step 3, we need to simplify and solve the resulting equation. Well, what type of equation do I have left here? What's the highest degree on an x? It's a 1. It's a linear equation. So I need to get x's on one side, numbers on the other. So I'm going to leave my x's on the left-hand side. I'm going to isolate them by adding 11 to both sides. Because negative 11 plus 11 is 0, so the only thing on the left-hand side is my 6x. So 6x equals 49 plus 11, which is 60. Last thing to isolate the x, divide both sides by 6. The 6's reduce, and I get x equals 60 divided by 6 is 10. So now I've completed step 3. But don't forget, all radical equations you must check for extraneous solutions. So that means take your answer of x equals 10 and plug it into the original equation. So I'm going to get the square root of 6x, well, it's 6 times what's x? 10, minus 11, that's all underneath the radical, should equal 7. So let's check. Square root of 6 times 10 is 60, minus 11 should equal 7. The square root of 60 minus 11 is 49, should equal 7. Well, what's the square root of 49? 7. Does 7 equal 7? True statement. Therefore, x equals 10 is a good solution, and it is the solution to this equation.